Right now, I'm recording. I can share screen.
Right now, Rosalie's sharing her screen.
So just throwing out one last option, just because I know this could work. I could provide this other link, Mary, like meetingwithalex.com, which is my Zoom. The chat would be enabled, and I could leave this one running and have it share screen of exactly what I'm doing. Anybody tuned in later, they could still watch.
Yeah, or you could do a message that says, click here to join the meeting. You know,
Right.
Would we
On
have to
your
log
own-
out? We'd have to log out and then log back in onto yours.
I would just get going.
Yeah,
You just
Yeah,
go here. Stay here.
yeah, I would just stay here because I know people are going to be joining later. Good morning, everyone. I'm so sorry. I don't know what the heck happened to the Zoom with the chat, but we're going to wait till Alex is finished with his presentation to do questions, and I'll try to find out what happened. Anyhow, good morning. It's a nice day out. And we have Alex Montalente here. Alex is the owner and president of Real Grader, and he is the tech guru of the 21st century. And he's presented some really great breakfast with benefits here. He's done one on all kinds of social media, and today we're going to find out about Tick-Tock, which I know very little about. So I'm really excited about this. So thank you again, Alex, for being our host for today.
No problem. Thanks for having me. Welcome, everybody. And I acknowledge you for taking on learning about a brand new platform. I mean, not brand new, but rather new. There's not a lot of realtors on TikTok, but it is something that is growing big time. I mean, they're over at 1 billion users now. And, you know, that's 1 billion with a B. So there's a lot of people on TikTok right now. And there are realtors that are transacting, getting leads, closing deals. There's a realtor that was in the news in Long Island. They closed a multi-million-dollar deal through TikTok. So it's a platform to consider. Now, I'll be honest, I knew about this a year ago and I was like, should I teach TikTok? Should I not teach TikTok? Everybody's so overwhelmed already with Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. So it's like, do you really want to learn another platform? But I think, you know, it's 2021. We gotta really embrace everything here, right? And at least be aware of it. Now, I'll teach about TikTok. I'll let you know the history of it. I'll let you know why it can be beneficial for your real estate business. And then you can choose if it's something you're going to take on or not. I do recommend you learn the other platforms before you get into TikTok, like definitely Instagram. And definitely Facebook and YouTube and LinkedIn, but TikTok is a great channel. So let's hop into it. So just to give you background, how I got into this business, this is my mom. She's a retired realtor. She raised me in Long Island, New York. She was doing real estate for many, many years. Moved from Romania, was helping people move to the US and find homes. And in 1999 is when I got started by helping my mom with her techie stuff. I came home from college and she's like, you got to help me. It was the end time of the internet. So I've been helping, I started helping her friends, and then built a website and marketing company out of her garage that turned into a big website and marketing company serving lots of brokerages. Since then, we've evolved. We have an education platform that's available to you. It's realgraderuniversity.com. You can watch all the training videos that we've ever done on there. So feel free to go check out realgraderuniversity.com. Thousands of realtors have gone on there, watched videos that we've made, downloaded guidebooks, and we teach about every major platform: Google, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, but specifically for real estate. And we give you a step-by-step guide on what to do on these platforms, how to get more reviews, how to build your online reputation, etc. We've been featured in the news recently. We were in Inman, we were in The Real Deal during COVID. and Realtor.com did an article about us as well. We've trained a lot of agents. We've helped over 3,500 agents at multiple brokerages. We've helped over 400 managers and brokers by coming into your office and doing a Zoom for your office. So if any of you want us to, invite us into your office for a Zoom meeting, we'd be happy to be introduced to your managers and come and do a training for your office. This is what we do day in, day out. We have a team of 20 people. We help real estate professionals build a strong digital presence without wasting hours and hours trying to figure it all out. I don't think you're in the business to necessarily manage a social media company. You're in the business to manage a real estate company. So we want to make it easy for you. We offer services like digital business cards. We optimize you online on Google. We do social media management, and we build beautiful custom websites that impress your customers. Now, this is my favorite quote from Bob Dylan. He says, "The times are a-changing. If we don't, we'll sink like a stone." And I think 2021 is the year that everybody realized, finally, that they really need to embrace technology because of what we just went through. We got to be ready for all the changes that are possible. There's new platforms coming out all the time. There's a new one out there right now called Clubhouse. It's a pure audio platform, and a lot of entrepreneurs are jumping on that platform. A lot of realtors are even jumping on that platform. That's another platform you may want to consider. But I'm going to talk about TikTok today. So how many people, well, I can't ask because there's no chat. I was going to say, how many people are on TikTok? But oh yeah, we got one right there. I see a raised hand. Awesome. So this company is estimated to be valued at $78 billion. Just want to throw that out there. That's with a B. Insane. Insane what's happening on TikTok. It's a whole world. Now my kids are on TikTok, and it's like, all right, should I be on TikTok? Do I need to be on TikTok? My kids are there. Who am I going to interact with? A bunch of kids? Well, that's not really the case anymore. You can interact with a whole audience of people, including homeowners that have an annual income of over around $100,000. So there's plenty of people on there, and there's people of high net worth on there as well. And these are some people, just so you know what's happening on TikTok. These are the top TikTok influencers. This is a girl, Addison Easterling. She makes $5 million on TikTok a year. No joke. She's in Forbes magazine and Forbes online. This is another one, Charlie D'Amelio. My daughters follow her. She makes $4 million a year on TikTok. Number 3 on TikTok, Dixie D'Amelio, her sister. The two of them, they each make $4 million and $3 million, and they rent a house for $55,000 a month, which is a tax deduction to their business because it's their TikTok studio. Amazing, right? The stuff that's happening on there, you would not believe. So the question is, do I need to be there with Josh Richards, who's also making 1.5 million? I don't know. The thing is, what triggered me to say, you know what, I'm going to do a TikTok training was one of my past clients took on TikTok, hired somebody in their office, and then sold a property for multi-million dollars through TikTok. And I'm like, all right, now there's evidence. Once I see evidence, okay, let's talk about TikTok. So let me explain what TikTok is. It's a social media platform, obviously. It's used to make a variety of short form videos from genres like dance, comedy, education, and the time is 3 seconds to 1 minute. A little bit different than Reels. Instagram Reels, we're talking about 30 seconds. But Instagram has long format like IGTV, where you can go, hours. IG Live, you can go hours. IGTV, you can go 1 hour, but IG Live, you can go hours. So there's varying forms of video. And YouTube is going to be your biggest format of video because you can go as long as you'd like almost over there. So where did this TikTok come from? Well, there's actually 2 TikToks. There's one in China called Douyin, and then there's one here called TikTok. And they're separate as far as data. Now, you've heard maybe you heard some politics around this, that Trump wanted to stop TikTok. And I'll give you some background around that, and I'll tell you why, because it's a data concern, right? The data is going over to China. Do we want that, et cetera? Are they stealing our data? Who knows what's going on? But most videos are set to music, and the majority of the content on the app centers around funny clips, pranks, but a lot of education is coming onto TikTok now. It's similar to Instagram stories or Instagram Reels, but it's way more advanced. The features are way more advanced. The settings are way more advanced. You can do so much more with it. And a lot of people who post on Instagram or post on Facebook, they create their content in TikTok and then they share it to these other platforms. One of the nice things about TikTok is it lets you share to multiple platforms. It's not platform specific like some of the other platforms that are out there. It's very open. It's like open source. They let you share everywhere. What else? TikTok is where you can really mix things up and show your goofy side, your personality, where LinkedIn and Facebook, you might not be so loose with what kind of content you're sharing. You'll see people dancing all over TikTok if you join. That's the most common thing, right? Lip syncing, dancing. There's dancing realtors that I know, all kinds of stuff like that. It's a little bit of a circus, I'll be honest, but there is business being made on it. Now, what happened? ByteDance purchased Musical.ly, and this is the source of TikTok. Musical.ly was a music app where people were lip syncing to music, doing karaoke style dancing, and it became very popular. ByteDance purchased it, and now TikTok and ByteDance are one, and it's TikTok. So this is, it's bought for $800 million in 2017.
Wow.
Right? Now, here's the thing with the politics side, is that the US said, okay, we're going to shut down TikTok. This happened like in the summer of last year. And then they said by November 4th, we're going to make a decision. And then what happened is the court said, you know what, we can't shut down TikTok. They extended it, and currently it's open. The US wanted two companies to, wanted a US company to own it. And that's what was the whole, the whole thing about that. They didn't want a Chinese company to own it. They wanted a US company to own it if it's going to be a lot of US data on there. Right now, it's still open, it's still running, it's still functioning. So he was pretty mad about this. But the courts, the Commerce Department conceded that in the matter last month, saying it would not enforce the shutdown on November 12th. So that's the status. Now, TikTok gets to live, right? So what does TikTok do? Their mission is to inspire creativity and joy in the world. That's really their mission, right? They have over 1 billion users. That's significant. So does Instagram. These are all billion monthly users groups. WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, Facebook Messenger, YouTube. These are all sites that have over 1 billion users. Now, TikTok is not just for watching cat videos or cats in heat. So, you're going to see other things on there as well. This is a video that I did just to show you an example of like what a TikTok video could look like. Let me see if I can play this for you here. No, I can't play this for you. Give me a second. Yeah, let's do this. Now, TikTok can be explored on desktop, but it's obviously intended for mobile. So this is just the channel I was playing around with, and I'll just show you one example. So there's just fun stuff like that, right? Like there's so many different effects that you can do. But you can go as far as doing education, or you can just do fun stuff. People like a combination. What's really important on TikTok is that you are yourself, that you're you, right? I mean, that's how you're going to get followers. The people that have the biggest followers, like those kids, I'm going to say, that make $5 million, it's because they're just like being themselves on there, and other kids are relating to them. And by the way, how they make those $5 million and $4 million is because companies like Reebok sponsor them. Companies like Revlon sponsor them. So they get all these sponsorships. There is advertising on TikTok as well. How are we doing? So far, so good? Mary, you there?
Yes.
Okay. I can check in on the sound and everything. All right. This is not only Generation Z. Okay. So when you look at the demographics, 50% of users in the US are between the ages of 18 and 34. An additional 20% between the ages of 35 and 44, and 37% of its users have stated they have a household income exceeding 100K. All right, so this is a young platform, no doubt, but it is a platform that you may want to consider. Now, how does it apply to the real estate business? This is a TikTok channel. I recommend you check it out. This is a company out in Long Island that I know. I think they're doing a fantastic job with their TikTok. They have over 20,000 followers. They've had over 400,000 likes. Lucky to live here. And they do some really cool videos. So here's an example of a video that I thought would be cool to share.
And incredible, amazing, show-stopping, spectacular, never the same, totally unique, completely not ever been done before, talented, brilliant, incredible, amazing, show-stopping,
So they're just they're making fun of like how realtors describe listings, right?
spectacular, never the same, totally unique.
Enough of that. Now, they also do other kind of spoofs like on properties, but here's where they're getting a lot of traction that I see. They're getting a lot of traction, over here, in doing local stuff, sharing like the local beaches on Long Island. They're getting a lot of traction talking about what local people might say. Those are some of the ways they get traction. Now, here's the piece that made me bring attention to the topic, is that they sold a home for 3.12 million over asking price by advertising it on TikTok.
Wow.
That's significant, right? And this is like the first time I saw something like that, so I thought it was worth bringing to attention. Now, what kind of stuff are you going to post on TikTok? What are the most popular topics of content? Social media challenges are very popular on TikTok. Videos based on trending hashtags are very popular on TikTok. Dance videos, song imitations, dialogue reenactments, daily life, just really sharing a day in the life of you as a realtor. Local life, the local beaches, the local restaurants, the local dining, cool things, funny videos, inspiring videos. Cute animal videos do really well, just like on YouTube. Making art and science experiments, satisfying and calming videos. The most popular word my kids have, and they're 7 and 9, and I'll tell you, they're all over TikTok. In fact, I created a TikTok and they started using my TikTok, so I gave it to them, and it's basically like the girls took over, right? But the word satisfying, for some reason, is like such a big word right now. Satisfying feelings, satisfying sounds. Voiceovers, life in quarantine, big deal right now. Makeover videos, tutorial videos, workouts, cooking. These are some of the things that are trending really well on TikTok. Now, for you as a realtor, I recommend a couple different ways to show up on TikTok. You can either be the expert, you could either share your journey, or you could just be you. Or you could pick a topic of a type of thing that you do and portray that through TikTok. Like I met a realtor that is really good at dancing, and I was like, listen, you should be the dancing realtor. And ever since, he's been the dancing realtor on TikTok. And he's built up a pretty good following on there. At the end of the day, TikTok is about having fun. And it's another marketing channel for your business. Now, what's the difference between TikTok and Instagram? Because I would say out of all the platforms, I don't think Facebook is close to TikTok, but Facebook owns Instagram, and Instagram is pretty close to TikTok, although I'm going to say TikTok is even more advanced. Video length. Users can record 60 seconds on TikTok, and on Instagram Reels, which Instagram Reels is the newest feature on Instagram and is competing with TikTok, just so you know, users can record 30 seconds. The music options for TikTok are way beyond what Instagram offers. The video editing tools on TikTok are way beyond what Instagram offers. And the demographics, obviously I shared with you the demographics, and the type of content is way different on TikTok than on Instagram. So far, so good? You getting a feel of TikTok? All right, so let's see by a show of hands maybe, because I don't have chat. How many of you want to play on TikTok? And how many of you are like, not interested? Let's see, we got a lot of thumbs up. All right, cool. People want to play. People want to give it a go. I'm surprised. I expected I was going to hear, you know what, that's nice, but I got to do real estate. So, all right, cool. So
Alex,
let's see.
TikTok's letting you create content outside the platform or now, or I know they used to not. What's going on in terms of where we can create the content?
Where can you create content? I have to double check that. I believe you can upload. You can upload segments, I believe.
Okay.
I know that a lot of people create content in TikTok and bring it over to Instagram. I know that.
Right.
And why they do that is because it's just way more advanced.
Alex, question. It's Connie. Would you recommend, because I'm actually on it and I'm trying to not be afraid anymore,
Yeah.
but would you recommend using our real name or like I use my Instagram tag? What do you find that most of the realtors you're working with on TikTok do?
So, I mean, if it's a business name, definitely the business name. Like if you're a brokerage, I would say for the agent, you're going to want both. So you're going to want mention of your name because it's just like Instagram. You don't want to be Sally Sells Homes.
So instead of at
Sells
NY,
homes.
so instead of at NY Realtor for you, which is what I am, I should put Connie Stetler Realtor or something like that.
Because no,
Okay.
Who's going to know at NY Realtor? They're not going to look you up by that. In fact,
Okay.
I went over to Clubhouse and I set up an account on Clubhouse for RealGrader, and a bunch of people were saying, "Hey, I haven't found you on Clubhouse," and I'm like, "Yeah, because I use my business name, not my personal name." So you have to be very specific with these platforms
Thank
in
you.
order for people to find you. All right, awesome. So I didn't know how deep I was going to go on this. I mean, I think Mary, I was going to get into like the editing features and all that, but I wanted to gauge the interest, so I didn't go into the editing features. I wanted to make sure that people understand the background of the platform and really understand the differences between Instagram and TikTok. What I notice is that a lot of people, when they get into all of these platforms, they kind of look like this, like a deer in headlights, right? It's like, it's a lot of information. How do I do it? How do I set it up and all of that? So, I mean, I do recommend, and I don't know why I just got these lines on here. That's cute. Let's just see. If I can
That was somebody who had permissions just notated by mistake. I don't think the permissions are set.
Can I get rid of that? Over here.
Maybe the girls got into it.
There we go. Right? They get into everything. All right, so let me close that out. Okay, so before you get into TikTok, I do recommend you make sure you're covering the basics, right? Because not everybody's on TikTok. Most of the people are going to be on Facebook. They're going to be on Instagram. I really think YouTube is not covered enough by realtors. I think LinkedIn. Before you got into I'll call it the fifth social media, TikTok, you should make sure you're covered in the four, right? People do this all the time. They jump ahead. They start jumping on all these platforms, but then you're not really doing anything solid. You're just kind of like dabbling all over the place. And lately, what I've been doing with realtors is I've actually just been going live and picking a realtor out of the hat and saying, let me Google you and let me check out all your platforms and give you recommendations on what to improve. And that's been eye-opening to so many people because you don't realize what's out there already for you. Before you build something new and then leave that blank or leave that, that weak presence, you want to make sure that what actually exists for you is solid. This is online, like the whole thing is social media, online reputation, your Zillow, right? I mean, most realtors think their Zillow is covered. And the scariest thing is this week alone, I brought up 2 realtors live and I looked at their Zillow and they were both premier agents. And guess what happened? I went to their Zillow profile and it said 0 sales in the last 12 months. Why? Because their sales data wasn't up to date. So here they are spending money, thousands of dollars on Zillow, and then I land on their profile and it's like, you're not even doing business? And I have to ask them, are you doing business? They're like, yeah, I did 25 million last year. I'm like, well, it doesn't say that on Zillow. So other people are going to see that too. Beyond, yes, TikTok, consider TikTok, but I really, I urge you to check out what you have right now. It's the beginning of 2021. Take inventory on your current platforms and make sure that those platforms are set up properly before you take on another project. I mean, I'm an entrepreneur, you're all entrepreneurs. How many projects do we take on that go unfinished, right? So do look at all of this, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, and I wanted to share some of the mistakes that I'm seeing on those platforms before you take on something new. Because as you take on something new, you don't want to make those same mistakes. So a lot of realtors have been kind of saying, hey, I need help with all of this. And that's what we've been doing. So I always say, don't put the cart before the horse, right? If you're gonna set up your platforms, including TikTok, and maybe you're considering Clubhouse, well, the first thing that happens when you set up a platform is they're gonna ask you, what should the name be? What kind of bio and description are you putting in there? What's your call to action? What landing page are you gonna send people to? Make sure that's consistent everywhere, and make sure that's actually going to a bucket or a landing page or a form that you have access to. And I know this might, I don't want this to go over anybody's head. Where are you sending your people so that they can contact you? Some people are sending them to their agent page on their company website. Some people went as far as to build their own website and they're sending them there. But what does that look like? Because nowadays, all people want really is a good landing page. You know, something simple and straightforward. And if you're not checking where your leads are going into, like a funnel, they're just going to be all over the place. And after looking at 17,000 agents now, and that's what we've checked with our program, I see this mistake time and time again, where on Zillow, it's going to your agent page. On Google, it's going to this other website. Your Google business page isn't even going to a website, or it's going to some other website. And it's like just not cohesive, it's not consistent, and it makes your job difficult because now you have to check all of these different lead sources for your leads. Think about how you can have this all funnel into one place. And for TikTokers, that place is really YouTube with a subscribe button, with a landing page. For all of you, it's probably going to be a landing page or a website, because 66% of realtors are not leveraging YouTube. But Google owns YouTube. And if you notice lately, you do a search for any like really top producer in the real estate market, you will see videos on page 1 of the Google search. They're starting to show those videos right on the search. So a lot of information here, right? So cart before the horse. A lot of realtors say they're frustrated with technology. Not a lot of time, it's complex, it's frustrating. And I used to be like nice about this, but now I just say it because I really do care about the industry. Why are you all wasting time trying to manage all your social media? Like, it's so much work, and it takes away from you being with your customers and your relationships. Like either don't do it, right? Or get it managed by a company. But the worst thing I think you could do is be like all in it, because it's not really what you're up to, unless you are that social media expert. Like if you're really good at social media, sure, take it on. But the best combination I see is when people are posting authentically on social media, but then there's a company that's posting consistently on social media, because that combination will make it authentic and consistent. But the biggest mistake I see is inconsistency. And then you fall flat, right? Like I Google you and your online presence isn't good. And I'm saying this because I see it every time, and it's just like, I got to be honest with you all. And the best example is like New Year's Eve, I had to move out of this office. I had to move from an old office to a new office. And what I used to do is say, I am so important in the move that I must pack the boxes. I must make sure every cup is wrapped properly. I must do it myself. And then I would get back pains, and for a week, I'd be taken out of work. This time I said, I'm hiring a moving company. And I got 2 men in a truck, and they came, they packed everything, and within 3 hours, my office was moved. It was the best experience of my life. It was like, wow, I'm free. I get to be with my family for New Year's Eve and not have back pain. So just be careful when you take on these projects that you actually delegate them versus take them on for yourself and stay up till all hours of the night trying to figure it out. This is what you're dealing with: Instagram, Instagram TV, Facebook, Google, YouTube, LinkedIn, Homes.com, Realtor, Zillow. These are all the sites that you need to have managed in 2021. And on top of this, if you're going to take on Tick-Tock, I'm going to say good luck. Like, really, if you're trying to manage it yourself, good luck, because I can't even do it. And I'm a social media expert, right? Like, I speak about this. I have a team of people managing this. Consider that there's some things that you can do yourself and some things that you need to outsource. So here's what we do at RealGrader. We help you to become a social media influencer. We are a company that wants you to share authentically who you are on social media, but also make sure that you're set up properly, that your accounts are done the right way, and that everything is cross-linked and everything is working together. This is something that we offer for free, is to analyze your online presence. So RealGrader is like Credit Karma, let's say, for your credit score. Instead of getting your credit score, your online presence can be measured with RealGrader. We give you a grade out of 100 and we give you recommendations on what to improve. And we've graded over 17,000 agents. If you go to getyourfreegrade.com and you fill that in, we will generate a grade for you and we'll give you recommendations on what to improve. This is not a complete automated process. We actually have people on our team that go and analyze your profiles in addition to what our software does to make sure that we give you the right recommendations, like what's going on with your Instagram? Do you have a Google business page? What's going on with your YouTube? So that's a free service. So all of you maybe want to take a note, getyourfreegrade.com. That's where you can get a free analysis. It never hurts to check. The average grade is a 30 out of 100. And these are the biggest mistakes that we see. And right off the bat, that's why I'm careful with Tick-Tock, because I just don't want you to have another empty platform, right? I don't want you to have an empty blog. Everybody asks me, should I blog? Should I blog? You should only have a blog if you're going to blog. If you have an empty blog, which is what a majority of the blogs look like, or you have a blog that just puts out the same content that every other realtor is putting out, that's not useful. That's I'm going to call it littering, right? It's a lot of noise. So inconsistent social media, lack of branding. Make sure your brand is consistent across the board. What do you look like on Facebook? What do you look like on YouTube? What do you look like on Realtor.com? There's an image that you can have at the top of all these platforms. It's called a cover image, and that should be the same everywhere. Listen, if I go to Coldwell Banker, or I go to Douglas Elliman, or I go to Remax, the branding is based on their campaign, and it's the same everywhere. That's what you all want too. Broken links and outdated information. TikTok, Instagram, all these platforms are going to ask you, where do you want to link to? Make sure that link is working. I can't tell you how many times I see broken links, a 404 error, or like HTTP with one of the slashes missing. Check that stuff, because then you're going to lose leads. Inappropriate or negative content. Do you have reviews? Are any of them negative? Have you responded to your negative reviews, or are you leaving them unattended? Missing profiles. What about YouTube? Before you get on TikTok, you definitely should be on YouTube, because you're doing property videos. You may not be doing personal videos, but property videos got to live on YouTube. Duplicate profiles. Do you have 2 LinkedIn profiles? Do you have 2 TikTok profiles? Do you have 2 Instagram profiles? Let's make sure you only have 1 and people can find you when they're looking for you. And lastly, the data is not synchronized. Go to your Zillow profile, make sure your sales data is up to date. Make sure you have at least 5 reviews on Zillow, because that's how they consider your profile to be complete. And once you've got a bunch of reviews on Zillow, start getting reviews on Google Business. I'm going to say for 2021, Google Business reviews are going to be where you want to be getting your reviews. It's not Zillow anymore. You know why? Because if I Google any of your names, if I Google Joe Constantino or Aisha Webster, I am going to see your Google Business page, And I'm going to either see reviews or not, or I might not even see your Google business page if you don't have one. That is so important. I mean, have you ever Googled a restaurant and not found their Google business page? It's the first thing you find. It's got their menu, it's got their website, their phone number. You need the same thing. It's like being in the yellow pages, except now you need to be in the Google pages. So far, so good? All right, awesome. Here's the consequences. If you don't take care of your online reputation and you leave all these platforms incomplete, you miss opportunities on social media. Now, I'd honestly rather you miss opportunities on TikTok, but have Instagram, Facebook, and all these other platforms taken care of, versus missing opportunities across the board because you're dabbling versus completing. No presence online, no credibility, business deals get lost. And the example that I always use is my mom listed a condo in Miami. She's retired now. She's like, Alex, you know a lot of realtors. Who should I list with? And I'm like, Mom, you should list with this realtor. She's like, ask my brother, Andrew, who should I list with? He says, you should list with this realtor. My mom Googles both realtors because she doesn't know either one of them. And the one that had a better online reputation, the one that looked better online, that's the one she chose. That's how it works nowadays on those referrals. People don't trust referrals anymore. Remember when you used to trust a referral, like just because they said so? But now you Google it real quick just to make sure that what they said is actually good, right? That's the world we're living in. So this is what we do. We can raise your grade wherever you are. If you want help with this, then we're the company that does the help across the board. Now, if you say, you know what, I want help with all 8 of those profiles and I want TikTok, I haven't even said this to my team yet because I wanted to see what the response would be. If you're like, listen, I want to do everything and I want to play on TikTok, we will also go and set up your TikTok account with you. And I hesitate when I say this because I know it's like that 9th profile, it's another project. But if you really take on everything else and you're consistent and you want to go on something new, we'll take the ride with you and we'll learn from it too. But what we do is we make sure that everything that shows up on a Google search, and TikTok is not yet showing up on Google searches. From what I see for realtors, they're not really there yet, but it will be eventually. But I do see your Google business page. I do see your Facebook page, your LinkedIn, your Instagram, your realtor shows up really high, by the way. Your Zillow, your homes.com, and your YouTube. We will optimize you on all 8 of these platforms. We will set them up for you. We'll walk you through the whole process. We'll literally do it for you, and we'll make your branding so that you look like a pro, and you can say, Alex, yeah, my profiles are good online. Because right now, if I was to ask you, how would you grade yourself? I doubt anybody would say I'm 100, and I would probably have 10% of people that say they have a good 80 or 90, but a lot of people would say they're in the 30s or 40s or 50s or 60s, right? And I wish I could see your hands, like maybe give me, are you a 6 out of 10, or are you a 10 out of 10? Or are you a 9 out of 10? Maybe we can do that with our hands. So Aisha says a 5. We got a lot of hands up. We got a 0. Nicholas says 0. Yeah, I mean, this is what I see. So it's like, while I acknowledge you and I appreciate that you want to learn about TikTok, let's make sure the basics are covered before we go complex, right? So I'll walk you through this. Where do people go to check you out? They go to Google, and this is Linda Skolnick. She's a realtor in Westport, Connecticut. She's one of our clients. This is what you need to have. So if you Google yourself and you don't see a Google business page, you're missing something. You're missing one of the biggest things, I think. This is 40% of the screen on a Google search. This is her Google business page. It's got her photo. It's got her website. It's got click to call. It's got 25-star reviews. It's got a bio. Google started to integrate with Zillow reviews, Facebook reviews, social media platforms like Instagram. This is a must-have for 2021 if you don't have it already. And if you have it, your next step is to get 5-star reviews all over that thing. Make sure you have 25-star reviews. So if somebody Googles you, the confidence level is really high. The last thing you want is they Google you and there's no confidence in that you're a solid realtor. Make sense? Seeing some nodding heads. So what we do is an 8-site digital blueprint. So we go through, we have a process. We set you up on Google, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, etc. This is what we do on Google. We set up this page, we optimize it for your market areas. We set you up on Facebook. We designed this cover image for her, and that image is consistent on all the various platforms. How are we doing on time? Pretty good. We set the call to action. A lot of you don't have call now as an action button. Some of you have book now, which goes to a calendar. Some of you have email me. Whatever it is, make sure it's something that you respond to. If you're not on Facebook all the time, message me does not make sense. You're gonna lose that lead. Also, the messenger setting should launch right away. On Instagram, make sure your name is in the Instagram, that you have a landing page, that you're starting to use Instagram, because the last thing you want to do is have an Instagram and have it be blank. LinkedIn,
Alex?
yeah,
I'm sorry, does your company set up landing pages for people as well?
yes, we do.
Okay, thanks.
Coldwell Banker, LinkedIn, we have the same branding. And by the way, look at her branding, right? She's got her little, she's got like her personal logo. She's got the Coldwell Banker logo. She's leveraging the global luxury. She's got her name, she's got her phone number, and then she's got a background image and a slogan. These are the components of what a cover image should contain. And that cover image should be the same on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Realtor.com, because those are the 4 sites where you can have a cover image. And if you had a website, I'd probably put the same kind of branding on the website too. YouTube, notice, same kind of cover image, linking to all her social media. She sends it to her website, goasklinda.com. Now, Linda didn't even have a YouTube channel. We did the first video when we met her, and now she's got all these videos. So, you know, you may put your toes in the water, you may jump all in, but everybody's different. Homes.com, very important for Westchester that you're on Homes.com, that you have your profile, because it's starting to show up on a search. You can have video on Homes.com for free. Mind you, all these profiles that I spoke about, they're free to create. It's just, do you create them properly? Are they optimized? Are they filled in properly? You want to have the same headshot everywhere, the same bio everywhere. That way, when you go to new platforms like Tick-Tock, or you go to new platforms like Clubhouse, you just use the same information to create that new platform. Realtor.com, here's a pro tip. The recommendation section. You can add reviews from any platform into Realtor.com recommendations through the dashboard. So if you have no recommendations on Realtor.com right now, go copy some from Zillow or from Facebook or from Google and put them into the recommendation section on Realtor.com. Make sure you put all your neighborhoods in Realtor.com so that you get found on a search for Realtor.com. Realtors are getting a lot of leads from Realtor.com from the free profile. But when you don't get leads, it's because you haven't optimized your free profile well enough. And lastly, Zillow. This is the part with the data. See how she says 26 sales in the last 12 months? Make sure that says your accurate sales data. And through the dashboard, you can claim your sales. We show you how to do this. We can't do it for you, but we show you how to do it because we don't know what your sales are. Make sure you have reviews. Make sure you have a link to the whatever landing page or website right in the bio. Don't put it down here on the bottom right-hand corner. Get it right up here in the front so people click on it. So those are the 8 sites. And this is what we do. We help realtors from being an agent to being an influencer. We do things like give you a digital card to get more reviews. We do the optimization for you so that you can go do the business of real estate and not waste a lot of time. The gap is a lot of you just don't know what's involved. You don't know how long it's going to take, and you start the project. And yesterday, I literally took a realtor. I didn't know who I was going to get. I said, I'll Google somebody on this call. And a woman gave me her name, and I Googled her. And she had a really solid online presence. Like I would have graded her probably an 80. And at the end of the day, she said, you know what? You know how many hours it took me to figure all this out, and I still didn't figure everything out? I would have happily had somebody else do it. So just be careful what you're getting into. We can take you from wherever you are and make you an extraordinary professional and bring you to that 100 score. The secret is to work with a company that's done it time and time again. And this is what we can do for you. So you have options this year. It's 2021. A lot of people are starting fresh. You're getting into it. You could do nothing about all these platforms, or you could jump on TikTok and try something new. The second option is you can make an investment in your future and solidify your digital presence. And if I ask you a question here, this is the most important question, is what is your time worth? And for 2021, I'm always upping what my time is worth. And I'm making sure that I'm delegating tasks that are not things that my time is more valuable than that, right? So just be careful what you're getting into. We want you to have success. If you're interested, this is what we can offer to people on this call. We can set up your Google business page for you and optimize it. That's a $297 value. We can set up your Facebook business page and optimize it, create the branding for you, create all the settings that need to be there. That's a $297 value. We can set up your Instagram. That's a $97 value. We can set up your YouTube channel. We can set up your LinkedIn profile the right way with the branding, same branding across the board, your homes.com profile, your realtor.com profile, and your Zillow profile. Total value is $1,177. The bonus is that we do a 90-minute one-on-one call with you, and we handhold you through the process of getting all the information, and then we do the work. So you do a 90-minute call with us, you give us access, you make us managers, you tell us what markets you serve, what your branding needs to look like. We design it, we create it, you go back to work, and we go do our work, and we optimize everything. And within 30 business days, we come back to you, we show you what we did, and then you're off to the races. Now you've got that solid foundation. So optimization of all 8 sites, plus a 90-minute coaching call. And for those that want to take on Tick-Tock, we'll take on creating your Tick-Tock account. The total value is $14.94. And if all that did was get you one client, would it be worth it? A lot of you are reaching for clients in all different places, but the foundation isn't built. And the foundation needs to be solid because they're Googling you. Bonus number 2, we're going to give you an Instacard as well, which is a digital business card, so that you can text message people your entire online presence, your Google page, your Facebook page. This will help you get reviews. It'll help you build your contact database. We let you try that for free for 30 days. And then after that, it's only $15 a month if you want to keep it. There's no contract. You can cancel anytime. That's a $212 value. So what we're giving you is really walking you through, taking you to the next level, make sure you have a solid foundation. As far as you want to go, it's the optimization of all 8 of these sites, the 90-minute call, the Instacard setup, total value $1706, and you can say goodbye to your fear and stress around online presence. Our online price is $965, but when I do these webinars, what I do is I discount this to $750. So it's less than $100 a profile, and we've got a proven process to go through it. So if this is something that you're interested in, you want to get this off your plate, you want to make sure in 2021 you got this solid online presence, what I recommend is that you get scheduled with us for that 90-minute call so that we can get this going for you. And if you don't know you can do this because you're not tech savvy and all of this is a little bit over your head, I can tell you that that's perfect, because I built this company for realtors like my mom that are not tech savvy, right? Like, we want to help you get all of this managed. And if you are tech savvy and you think you're set up pretty good, what we do is make sure that everything is done cross-checked. We dot the I's, we cross the T's, we check everything for you to make sure you have 100% confidence. When you go into a listing presentation, you can say, Google me, I take care of my online presence. So I'll fast forward to how you can contact me because I don't have the chat. This is how you can schedule a call with us. You can go realgrader.com/hello, and you can schedule a free 15-minute call with us. And if you want to contact us, you can contact us at hello@realgrader.com. Just give us your name and contact phone number, and we'll reach out to you to schedule a time to talk. And it never hurts to check. But if this is something that you need help with, and this is a project that you want to take on in 2021, and you want to even go further and go into Tick-Tock or websites or landing pages, whatever the case may be, we're here to help. We've helped, I mean, Mary, since we started this, we probably helped over 50 members in your organization.
Right.
So we're ready to help anybody else as well. And I hope this was valuable for you, and you're ready to take on 2021 like champs that you are, because this is going to be a big year, especially for digital marketing. And you don't want to miss this, I'm telling you.
Alex, could you go over again, just for people who came in late and just for
Yeah.
myself too, in terms of how to get your video up on TikTok? Can you transfer, like put a YouTube link, or do you have to do it live, or like what kind of, how do you upload your video?
Yep, let me open the app, same time. So once you're on the TikTok app, you have certain buttons across the bottom. You have home, discover, you have a big plus sign, then you have your inbox, which is for messages, and then you've got your settings. Once you hit the plus sign right in the middle, that's where you're going to record your video. So I'm not sure if you can see this. Let's see if I can get over to my video. So you have this big recording button. So if I was to go back, you got a big plus button here on the bottom.
Mhm.
You hit the plus button, and then you've got a big record button. And this is where you can choose, is it a 15-second recording or a 60-second recording, or do you want to use a template?
Okay.
So once you hit that 15 seconds, you start recording, and you start recording yourself, and then you've got the ability to do all kinds of things, slow down the speed, add a filter, add a timer, flip the camera around, add sounds. There's some, I want to do an advanced class on this because this is the intro, right? But I mean, we can do an advanced class where I actually share my phone screen instead of my desktop screen. And then I can walk people through all the different filters and settings, and it's a whole world in there. I mean, it's deep.
And that's
But
not,
Instagram, if Instagram stories is deep for you, TikTok effects and filters is like way beyond.
but when you record, that's not like Facebook Live. That's,
No, it's not Facebook Live.
go back if you don't like it, trash it and do another one.
And most people, when you're recording on TikTok, you're recording segments and then you're streaming it all together to create like a compilation.
Oh, I see. Okay. I have not tried that yet. I did download the app, but I want to kind of like just, experiment with it and see what I come.
Alex, what's your research show nowadays about how often we need to push out content, and other than engagements, is there a way to make sure that the content you're delivering is meaningful and value adding?
So, I mean, if you listen to people like Grant Cardone and Gary Vaynerchuk, they're going to say like all day long, and they do it all day long, right? But I mean, they have a team doing it for them all day long. It's not like they sit there and do it all day long. I've got a friend that's building a really huge following on TikTok, and he posts 6 times a day on TikTok. They're 30-second segments. So for him being a tech savvy user, it only takes him like 30 minutes to get those 6 segments, and he batches it. He does it all in one shot. So, I mean, the most important is consistently showing up, right? Like whenever you can go live, because that's going to save you the effort, and it's really natural and authentic. If you're doing a Zoom webinar with buyers, or you're doing a Zoom training, or you're interviewing another agent, try to go live with that Zoom, because that's easy. That's my easiest way to push out content, is a Zoom where I go live and I'm there for an hour, right? Maybe I'm there for an hour and a half. So I'm getting exposure for that whole hour and a half. I'm getting comments, interactions, all kinds of stuff. To me, going live is like the easy one. The hard one is designing the content, making sure the content goes out. The hard one is creating a guide for people that want to move from Chicago to Miami. Like I have realtors that are trying to do that. It's all that deep content. The live stuff is the easy one. The quick 30-second videos on stories, those are really easy. If you keep your story alive throughout the day, your story is live on the top of their Instagram. And that lasts 24 hours. So as long as you keep feeding, I call feeding the beast. As long as you keep feeding the beast, it stays alive, right? As long as you keep playing on Facebook, your content gets more engagement. The second you take a break, guess what Facebook says? Oh, you took a break. I'm not going to give you as much playtime. It works like that. So, I mean, the people that are crushing it, my friend Benazati is a health coach. I have to say this guy is committed. All he does is produce content, and he got 100,000 subscribers on YouTube last year. He got the award, makes thousands of dollars, pays his rent from his YouTube channel. And how does he do it? Because he just goes content all day long. Like not that all day long. He also coaches people in health. He has a business, right? But he's produced content that just is out there continually. And Facebook and Instagram and YouTube love him as far as their algorithms go, because there's consistent content.
I have a
That's why I
question.
say it's like impossible for you to play the game of social media influencer and win while doing real estate. You need an assistant, you need something, because it's crazy.
I have a question. I have a Zoom meeting with a buyer this afternoon, and you mentioned that I can make it live. Why would I make that live for everyone to hear the conversation?
Well, not an interview with a buyer. I would say like a home buyer seminar.
Oh, okay.
It's live. I would
This
say,
is about they're trying to talk to me about probably presenting an offer. So there's going to be a lot of. I don't make that live. Okay.
definitely anything private, don't share. What I'm talking about is going live. Let's say if you're doing an open house and you have permission
Oh, that one,
from
yeah.
the homeowner to go live, that could be a good way to keep things online for a while. Maybe it's you're going live in a local neighborhood and you're showing off this amazing neighborhood, right? Maybe you're going live interviewing another agent and talk about the troubles that you had putting this deal together and what other people can learn from that. Maybe you're going live about some, I mean, if you follow people like Lab Coat Agents, you see these people going live about victories they had in online marketing, tools they're using that are working. They're interviewing each other. You have so many associates within your own offices here. Like you could just literally start a conversation about the market and then just go live. Like do a Zoom between two agents talking about the market in your area, what's happening in the market. Other people are interested to know that stuff, but like the real stuff, the real expert knowledge. Because the only thing they have is their platforms. I go do research on Zillow. But if I want to talk to an agent, now I have a relationship with that agent. But listening to an expert agent talk about the market, I don't have exposure to that much. You know what I love doing? When I used to go to office presentations, I loved sitting in on the talk, like what's going on in the market. Because I got this like inside scoop that I couldn't get anywhere. And I used to tell the brokers, listen, if you went live with this, it would be so cool because people in the local area would be like, now I'm in tune to the market. And here's this office being an expert about it. So I'm going to contact that office. So if you show up live being an expert talking about the market, that's huge, I think. Talk to a mortgage professional, interview them, talk about what's going on with the rates. That's that inside scoop that the outside world wants to know. Does that make sense?
Thank you. Yes.
Any other questions?
I have to go, but thank you, Alex. It was very informational.
Awesome.
Hi,
So no-
Alex.
Yeah, I mean, if you want me to come to your office Zoom or you want information, just email me. Since we don't have the chat, hello@realgrader.com. And grader is GRADER, like we're grading realtors on their, like in school.
Thank you,
I
Alex.
have a question.
It's been great as usual. And I think that might be an interesting, maybe we could revisit that again where you could get into the nitty gritty of the editing on the Tick-Tock, because I think people are going to want to know how to do that as well. But I thank you so much. And Alex, you're recording this so I can send this out to everyone later today.
Quick question before we go, Alex.
Sure.
Hi. So I know you set up the accounts. You set up the Google, our Google Yellow Pages, our Google page, and a couple of other sites. As far as creating content and keeping that site alive, is that something your company does as well?
Yeah, we have a premium service called Done For You. And Done For You is our social media side where we're posting the content on your Instagram for you, posting your listings for you, but not just your listings because that's boring in a sense. Sorry. but you know, you want to post other stuff too. So yeah, we have an agency, we have a team, and you create a relationship with us, and we're like your outsourced team, but we're not outsourcing. So we're an outsourced team where you're speaking to a real person and you're saying, hey, I got this new listing, I want to put it on Instagram and Facebook. We create the post, the swipe post, whatever. We grow your following organically. We're exploring now new ways of targeting even by street address, which is crazy. But we're able to work with public records and social media data to figure out, like, you know, how do we follow the people on the streets that you want to target? So it's pretty interesting what's happening right now. We got a lot of new stuff coming, but we use tools like later.com for the scheduling. We use Canva for the designing of the posts. And then, and we create your whole branding strategy and we grow your following. So we do have a program for that as well.
Okay. And it's more than just the listings. It's even if I don't have a listing, if I'm new and I haven't had anything like that, you do create content so people can,
Yeah.
you know, get to know.
Custom content, so we can leverage things like your reviews. If you work for a major brokerage, like let's say a Remax Global Banker, etc., they have content that they want to go out there. So you want to leverage their information as well. So yeah, it's everything from branding to reviews to local communities. What I say is only 10 or 20% of what you put out should be your listings. If you're a realtor that's just putting out under contract sold, just listed, I'm sorry, but I'm going to defriend you and I'm bored. If you're going to put out content that's a little more exciting, I'll stick with you. But you want to put out a variety of content.
So the 700 price point was what you quoted for the original program. The premium program, how much would that be?
That's a 900 setup and $490 a month. Pricey program. It's really for top producers that want to take it to the next level. It's all custom. There's nothing automated about it. Because I don't believe in automated social media, to be honest. I don't believe in it just like everybody gets the same content type of thing. You are unique. You have unique content. It's the only way you're going to win it.
Do you offer bulk discount for the offices?
We do offer packages, yes.
Okay.
Usually if it's minimum of 5 agents.
5 agents, okay. And you have a trial of 30 days.
For the digital business card, we have a 30-day trial.
Okay.
Yeah, for that you can go to getinstacard.com and you can sign up for a 30-day. We have a lot of brokerages now that are, you know, doing digital cards for their whole office. But if you have, Laura, if you manage an office, so if you ever want,
no, I'm not. But
okay.
We have about 35 agents in our office. But I was thinking that the bulk discount that you give us is geared towards every agent separately, right?
Yeah.
So when the leads come in, it doesn't go to everybody. So you just, okay.
Yeah.
So I'll talk to my business manager and get back to you.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you again, Alex, and thank you everyone for attending today, and have a great day.
You too.
And if you enjoyed the webinar,
Thank you so much, Alex.
give us a 5-star review on Google. We'd love it. You enjoyed the.
That's how you get the 5-star reviews. I forgot to ask that question.
I use digital business card, so I use my digital business card with a direct link to my Google review, and that's how I get it done. All right, awesome. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a great day.
Have a great day.
Bye.